Hola Madridistas. It's that time of the year again where we play a couple of unnecessary games in a strange, hot country, but the money has to flow in. So, without further ado, let's get into previewing the second Madrid derby of the season. To help us with that, we have Alex Pato, who's, as you know, if you caught us on the previous preview from the first derby of the season, he's a big time Atleti fan, and if you're an Atleti fan, you can go check out his Twitter in the description below, right after this podcast. And as usual, we are also joined by my partner in crime, Farouk. So take it away, Alex. How you been? How's Atletico doing?
I am really good actually. I mean, like not so good in the recent few weeks because of data inconsistency, you can say. But yeah, doing quite good actually.
Mm. You guys are actually twinning. We did discuss that before, but then yeah, you guys both got the beanies on, and I feel left out.
Yeah, like me and Parul have like a private chat. Like we should do it to.
Oh man.
Exactly, man. Before we came on with Alex, we had, a secret code and we decided, to exclude you, Jacob. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
Jacob
it's
left
it's
out.
it's it's an exclusive club, man. It's an exclusive club only. But yeah, it's have Alex back again. Hopefully, uh, this will be the time where we will test if Alex actually is the champ for Diego Simeone, because the last time he came on, we know what happened, and we're gonna see when he comes on today again what's gonna happen. On Wednesday. So let's see if he's actually the lucky champ for Diego Simeone's man.
Uh, then if I didn't think about that. Like if I had known that, I wouldn't have invited him. I mean, but anyways, he's here. Gets let's get the things rolling. So the last time me and Farooq both saw Atleti play, we were watching the Girona game. Probably one of the hands down the best game of the season, uh, or even comparing in the all top five leagues. So was a very entertaining game, but probably not a result you wanted. So just take it away, Alex. Just break down what happened and how come Girona were able to claw their way back.
For me, I would say that was really unlucky for us. So two mistakes, two goals, and especially that 90th minute winner from Ivan Martin that still hurts actually. And but yeah, so that's the thing actually. I don't know like what happens to Atleti when we go like away from home. Like at home, Metropolitano, that's a fortress for us. But like away from home, I don't know what happens. It's like literally the opposite. So like the teams are pressing us up quite high, and like we struggle building up from the back. If you do the same thing in Metropolitano, like Atleti just like like break through with the press, and like they are so good in Metropolitano. But when we go away from home, it's quite the opposite. So I mean, like the only good thing I can take away from that Girona game is that Morata grabbing a hat trick and like good commitment shown by Atletico by like we were down like 3-1 and like coming back to 3-3. So that was like good character shown by the team. But like still like we're making too many mistakes at the back. That is not good. And going through this game, I'm quite nervous actually because again we are like away from home, like it's in Saudi, so like I don't know what's gonna happen. If like Real is going to like press us like quite high, I think we're gonna struggle. But let's see.
Mm. Farooq, like what stood out for you in the Girona game? I know we were all looking like eyeing DePaul, Griezmann, Riquelme. There were all so many standout players. Fucking even Morata got in on the action, got himself a hat trick. Totally unexpected, but what stood out for you in that game?
Yeah, I think one thing is like because I haven't seen Atleti a lot this year. Like watching that game actually, I think you were pointing out, Rodrigo de Paul, and for me actually, I think Riquelme was really, really, interesting to watch in that game as well. I feel like he kind of played really well. But honestly, I think it's just Alvaro Morata, man. Like I think I feel like this is the first time since that 2016-2017 season that he's actually showing this form, and as you guys pointed, like this the talent has always been there for Morata, but the point is, that clinicality, that composure in front of goal, and more importantly, the ability to stay on side, is something that's always evaded Morata. And all of a sudden, this is a guy, who's scoring 3 goals in 45 minutes. Also, although one was cancelled out, but it was a very close call. Like that recognition of the onside or the offside. I think it was phenomenal. But more importantly, you know the goal that Ivan Martin that Alex was talking about. I think that's the key thing there, because it was a goal against the run of play. It was a scrappy goal, and in all honesty, this is a goal that is very reminiscent of a championship team. This is a goal that champions score. So this is why actually I am worried that okay, like if these guys are scoring this kind of goals, man, like I mean, they really do mean business. But then again, it's January, let's see after February if they're still gonna be in the run.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Farooq, wait, hold on, Alex. Just before we go away from Farooq, but when Martin scored that goal, like I don't know about you, but I was actually like very sad. I was rooting for Atletico, believe it or not. Was it the same for you?
Actually, I wanted it to end that way, but when Martin scored, like, I just got the fuck. These guys are those people that, they will play shit and still win. Okay, like, it wasn't shit, like, because in the first half they were good, but in the second half, like, Atletico deserved to win that game 100%. You understand? I think maybe that was even the first, like, meaningful attack they had in the second half, and it was a goal. And as I said, like, it was a scrappy goal. So for me, that's just what went there was like, oh, crap, like, these people do mean business.
Exactly. And Alex, you were saying?
yeah, I was adding to that actually. Like, I mean, the three goals scored by Girona. I mean, like the third goal we conceded from a corner. I mean, like it just like deflected and like it just like happened to be in front of Blend and he scored. And the second goal, which was like a mistake from Koke, obviously again we gifted them a goal literally. And then that last winner again, that was Koke at fault. I don't like what he was doing. Like he managed to like literally like toe poke and like and like it had to go in the top corner. I don't know why. Like these like typical thing had to go to the top corner. But yeah, I mean even like Farooq said, the second half, 30 created so many chances. Like Morata missed actually two chances. I mean he could have bagged 5 goals that game, 5 goals. But yeah, still, I mean, like, when you can't say, like, there is like some time when things are going well for you, and that's happening with Girona actually. Like, somehow they are, getting the points and they are at the top. But yeah, no, like, I'm not saying that they don't deserve it or anything. I mean, like, they're playing quite good actually. Like, they are risking, like, they are adding players up to the field, and I think that's benefiting them actually.
Exactly. And but I do want to touch upon some of your standout players and the people who are in form. So Griezmann, I feel like he had a pretty average game, but still like made out with a couple of assists or something. So that's the standard we've come to expect from Griezmann this season. Do you think he's gonna like continue this form until the end of the season? Because if so, like Atleti are still like very serious title contenders.
Serious title contenders. I mean, like we got 10 points behind Real and Girona. That's a big statement actually. But yeah, I mean, like it's a big season to go. So let's see. Griezmann. Yeah, I mean, like Griezmann is like our top man. Like he's our main guy. So like everything goes, from Griezmann. Like literally every game or every chance come from Griezmann. And like when Griezmann is having a bad game, like Atleti was literally not taking up. Like we saw against Barcelona, like he didn't really like show up and like we were struggling. Even though like in Pena, he managed to like save like really like those were some good saves, but still. And when you take out Griezmann, like it is literally nothing. We don't have any like chances. And on the other hand, if I think we have Morata and Griezmann, like both of them are on fire. And so if Real managed to like keep them really close, I think that they're gonna struggle. And another guy I will mention is De Paul. Like recent games, he's been on like good form. Like he is playing really well, De Paul. And if we remove these three guys, yeah, that's it. Atletico is like dependent on these three guys right now. Lino and Riquelme. I just hope Simeone don't play Lino and Riquelme in the like same starting lineup. That's a fucked up thing because like one of them can't play midfield. Like both of them are like made for wing back. I just hope like Simeone don't play both of them in the starting lineup.
Okay. And just before we head into, so Alex here said like let's do a combined lineup of the Atletico and Real Madrid, a team which hopefully like will be mostly Real Madrid players, but uh, let's discuss that. But before we go into that, Prince Arthur has a he's in the chat, so he's a big up you, Prince Arthur. He says tough match. Let's see if we can overcome Atletico's tactics. So just going back to the previous game, it was really a tactical masterclass. Simeone knew exactly where Real Madrid's weakness were. At that point, like we weren't really conceding any goals, and you just found out the choking point, which was crosses. Do you think we're gonna see a repeat of that in this game as well?
You're asking me or Farooq?
Oh man, like Both of you can go ahead. Like I know Farooq is probably gonna say, "Fuck man, like Simeone is a masterclass." He's probably gonna do the same shit again. But yeah, Alex, you can take it.
Okay, I would say the game plan was like pretty simple. Like when we discussed in that it was match day 6, I guess. Yeah, so like when we were doing the preview, like I told you guys, like the first 15 minutes, Atleti is going to attack. Okay, first 15, that's exactly what happened. Like Atleti attacked first 15 minutes. We got the goal in the fourth minute, I guess, from a super cross from Lino, and like we were creating like more and more chances actually. Like Real was not able to come back, and like Atleti saw the opportunity and they scored another goal with Griezmann. But again, that individual brilliance from Cruz, they got 2-1 back, and I got nervous actually because now Atleti was like sitting deep, and like Real was getting up. But again, at the starting of the second half, Atleti went with the same mindset to like attack from the front, and we got the third goal. And I think that was the killer of the game. And again, I think it's gonna be the same thing from Atletico Madrid. Like first 15 minutes, like go full on attack mode, and then let's just sit deep. And for like I said, like the previous time, like Joselu was the main threat for me. Without Joselu, Bellingham was like he couldn't perform, and like I think that's the only game I've seen Bellingham getting some criticism. Otherwise, there's no game I've seen Bellingham getting criticism. So that's the main thing. I think Tumeni and Joselu, those were the main two guys which were missing from the lineup. But yeah, so now Farooq, I don't know, what are your opinions?
Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing actually, after like the Girona game, I was actually checking out the stats from Atletico. Like, Alex just free feel to, tell me I'm wrong or not. But I think like Atleti has scored like almost 39 goals this season, and Real Madrid has scored 40. Like, we're the highest scorers, and like Atleti are second with 39. But the interesting thing is that we considered 11 goals, and Atleti, I think, considered 25 or something like this. I'm not sure
25.
exact number.
That's a lot.
So that's
Yeah,
exactly you.
yeah, sorry, I'm gonna interrupt you in that one. The main thing right now is like, as Atleti, like we are not like, concerned about our defense. But now we are not concerned about our attack. In fact, like we are concerned about our defense because like we are having some like, really, really bad goals. Like the defense is literally, let's say, quite shit right now, I would say. So yeah, sorry to interrupt you,
So
by the way.
exactly. I mean, that's the point I was trying to drive home as well. Is the point that like right now, like Athletics, offense is really, really, it's clicking, it's working, and as he said, as I also share, that sentiment that Antoine Griezmann is basically absolutely, everything for this team. The chance creation, he's definitely the guy. And I think, Antoine Griezmann is also a player that has been slept upon at least in 2023, because I feel like he was the best player in the league in the whole of 23, honestly. Like he played at a whole different level, in my opinion. So I kind of feel like, this is a game that actually has the potential, to spring us something different than what we've used to be seeing, from Atleti's team of the past, where we go and they sit deep and you play and you attack. And so that's why, I'm just not too sure about, Prince Arthur's comment about, Atletico's tactics. Like, I think the team has totally changed, honestly, to what we used to know. Obviously, that's how human brains is channeled. We just meant to, watch those days of Arda Turan, Diego Costa, Diego Godin, those one France, like when they score one goal, it's you would play till the end of time and you wouldn't even have a shot on target. That's how they were back then. So I think right now, like, it's totally changed, honestly. It's okay, it's not the most free flowing football you're gonna get. It's always a derby, so it's always gonna be, emotions gonna run high, teams are gonna try to defend in this and that. But I do believe that actually we might actually see a very, very entertaining game from, Diego Simeone against Carlo Ancelotti. I do believe, what Alex was pointing about with the fact of the lack of Joselu in the team and lack thereof. I think Real Madrid's team has evolved from that. Honestly, I do think like we have kind of understood a bit, how the team is, because as he mentioned, it was early in the season, so the players weren't sure what the roles were, what the roles aren't, and what was going to happen or what isn't going to happen. But I think now, like, there's a lot of flexibility, especially with the rediscovery of form of, Rodrigo, the introduction of Brian Diaz. So I do feel like, there's going to be a lot of different, facets to our attack, even if Joselu doesn't start, which I don't expect him to actually.
Yeah, me neither. Like Joselu is probably a super sub right now. Maybe even Brahim Diaz edges him. So, but Carlo Ancelotti might look for something different in this game if we can't overpower their defenders. But yeah, let's see. All right. We do have a couple of comments as well. Like from Ashik is here, El Merengue boys here. So big up you guys. El Merengue boy says, "Hala Madrid homies. In terms of form right now, we're better. But when it's against us and Atletico, see it as a final. Let's wait and pray." Yeah, you said it.
Yep, true.
And Ashik, of course, is here with his classic comment that Jose Luis is gonna get a hat trick. He also says that Atletico will be sent back to making mattresses. Los Colchoneros will be back in the factory making mattresses.
Oh, interesting.
Big statement.
Interesting.
Yeah, the last time when we had that match day six, Atleti was struggling again. Like we just lost to Valencia 3-0, and we had a draw against Lazio in the Champions League with the Provedel scoring in the 90th minute again. I don't know what's with us and conceding in 90th minute. Like to be honest, like
Yeah.
like so many times we conceded 90th minute. And so yeah, I mean again it's the same thing. We are struggling. So like this game can be like a morale boost if we do win it. And I would love to see Barca in the final actually. I want to see Joao Felix cry. I want that revenge.
So
All right.
I just want to ask. I want to ask you this, too, Alex. Like because after our last game, I actually literally bashed the Super Cup, and you can also guess from the intro of Jacob that also he's not a fan of the whole shenanigan as well. So I don't know, like, what's your take as an Atleti fan, like with the whole, because the point is whether you like it or not, like this is not banter. I'm actually seeing it in all full honesty. The picture for Real Madrid and Atletico looks different when it comes to trophies. You understand? So maybe for us, it's coming from a person of privilege to be like, yeah, we don't want to go and play this shitty trophy. But then for Atletico Madrid, it's like, yeah, as you mentioned, it's 10 point off the pace of the league. You're going to play Inter in the Champions League. You don't know what's going to happen in that as well. So like the Super Cup or the Copa del Rey seems like it might be the best outlook for the trophy for you guys. So I don't know, like for you as a fan of Atletico, like do you actually value or rate this whole Super Cup thing? And what about the idea of playing it in Saudi Arabia as well?
I think like if like we talk about this Super Copa the Espana, it's just like a community shield like we see in England, right? It's just like they make it like a tournament. But the thing is like a derby is a derby, whether it's friendly or it's a league match. A derby is a derby, like like and like as fans like we enjoy it, and yeah, I mean like it's a good chance to get the trophy. I mean like obviously they are like the big, like I'm not denying that obviously like the Real is like a royal club, but yeah, I mean like it's a good chance to like if you can get your like morale boost with this trophy and like beat the teams. It's good. It's a good boost if you want to go ahead in the Champions League as well. For the players to get some motivation and maybe like get that away from really good. So yeah, I mean, like, it can be a good chance to like boost up our season.
Definitely. So yeah, I guess this is a good segue into heading into the combined 11s, because I wanted to ask, like, in years past, even if you get past all of these like Godins and whatnot, Felipe Luis, like you were unbreakable, but then you had to also face the big imposing form of Jan Oblak. And do you think he has taken a step down in the years, or has he regained his form from the previous seasons?
Oblak was like really really bad like in a couple of seasons, but this season like he's been like pretty like like he's been like getting back to his form. Like even against Girona, like he made some really good saves. I don't know if you guys saw that Athletic Bilbao against Atletico Madrid. Like we were being literally like kicked, and Oblak was there. Like Oblak was the only player like he made it to that 2-0. Otherwise, it could have been like really, really worse, like like 5-6. Like Oblak was the main guy. And even against like at our home actually, I don't know if it was Almeria, I guess. Like Oblak was like really he made some really, really good saves. So I think he's getting back in the form.
Wow, that's actually not
Actually,
reassuring, but yeah, go ahead for it.
yeah, actually, I want to add something about this. I actually kind of feel like like for the issue with Jan Oblak, I think it's what happened. That Oblak reached God level that anything you do below that, you can never reach that level. It's not because like Oblak is actually bad, as he said. Like obviously this season you can see like Oblak has stepped up. Even I felt like last season he wasn't bad as well in my opinion last season. But as Alex said, like the season before last he was really average or abysmal, maybe you want to say that. I kind of feel like so he's like being, victim of his own success. He set the bar so high, I think within the range of 17, 18, 19, that he was basically God. Like that's the level he was at. So like now he's a step below that. Like he's not like he's still a phenomenal goalkeeper for your average goalkeeper that you would find, but just because of the way he set the bar that high, it's just like anything he does will just not never be enough. I feel like that's the whole situation with Jan Oblak, honestly.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, it was just like the couple of seasons ago, actually. Like, last season he was good. This season is good too, actually. Like, I've not seen him, like, making any mistake. But a couple of seasons ago, like, he was making mistakes. Like, there was this one game where, like, he let in a cross, actually. Like, it was right in his hand, and somehow he just, like, let it in, which was, like, quite odd to see, like, from him. But, like, this season, like, he is getting back in form, actually. I would suggest you to guys watch that Athletic Bilbao game, the first half. Like he was the only guy between Athletic Bilbao and that goal post actually.
Wow. So I guess for the goalkeeping spot, like we have to give it to Jan Oblak, right? Considering that we are only talking about like fit and healthy players who might actually play this game, because otherwise,
Without
we just
doubt,
can't.
without I mean, like, oh, how would you guys pick Kepa or Oblak? Like what?
Not, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if in case we were talking about like maybe injured players as well, like we'll have to like obviously give it to Courtois. Come on.
Okay, that's a bit debatable, but okay, but okay.
Right, fine. At least we came to an understanding for the goalkeeping spot. But yeah, you can go ahead, Alex, for the first spot for the center back position.
Okay, center back. There's I can't even see like if I'm comparing Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. There's only one center back like if I can bring up to debate about that is Jimenez. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't see any other center back other than Jimenez.
Yeah, but I mean, on the hand, you have to look at for Real Madrid. Like other than Rudiger, we don't have any other center back. I think Nacho is the other one, and I feel like based on the recent events, with Nacho, I do feel like Jimenez is just gonna because you have to choose two center backs, right? If we're going with with a back four, so I
Mhm.
kind of feel like Tony Rudiger, given that he is the only fit available senior one other than Nacho. I mean, he takes one spot, and I think it's only fair to give a shout out to Jimenez as well for the other spot.
Oh, wow, Farooq. So you're not even bringing Xiaomeni into the conversation.
I forgot. I literally forgot. Real has his defense injured. Actually, I literally forgot to be honest. Like, wow.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So who's available? Who's available? Rudiger and Nacho.
Yeah.
yeah, Rudiger and Nacho.
Okay.
Chouameni as well, if you consider him as a CB.
I mean, like, why would you play someone out of position if I mean, like, we're doing a combined 11. Like, we have players available. So yeah.
Well, apparently you're not Carlo Ancelotti, then I'm seeing.
Yeah. Okay. So if you'll ask me if I have to go with, let's say, like two center backs, the main two center backs, I would go with Jimenez and Rudiger. I don't see any other competition in that position.
Definitely, like no
Yeah,
complaints
true.
from me either.
Yeah, true.
So I guess let's head into the fullbacks. Right back, I'm gonna put my name in for Carvajal because he's been the most important player, one of the most important players for us, apart from Rudiger, both in attack and defense. He's really taken a step up from last season. So yeah, I vote for Carvajal. No?
I'll,
Same
I'll,
here. I also vote for Carvalho, man. Same here.
okay. I mean, like, Kawa just came back from injury, if I'm not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have two options in that right back position. I have Molina and I have Llorente.
Llorente at right back. That, that's a difficult shout out. But we're talking about a back four, right? Come on, man. Llorente is not as good as Carvajal.
Okay, but Molina, I mean, like, he has more assists than Kawahal. He has even more goals than Kawahal.
That's true. What do you think, Farooq?
Nah,
Like,
man.
do you think we can
No, no,
concede
no,
the
no, no,
spot?
no. Definitely, no, no, definitely not for Carvalho, man. Definitely not for Carvalho. I think Carvalho has been phenomenal this year, and we have to consider the fact that Carvalho is playing in an unconventional system. He doesn't have a winger in front of him. He's playing just basically covering the whole length of the pitch, both offensively and defensively as well. And I mean, Molina or whether it's Llorente, they play with a back three. You have to consider that like the security you have when you play with a third center back. Basically, you're free to go up top without wondering about who's gonna cover defensively. But for Carvalho, he hasn't have that, and I think like he's really really stepped up this season. So nah, man, I'm not willing to concede that. But we can toss a coin.
Oh,
Let's see if that's the problem.
Okay, no, I mean like I'll go for Carvalho too, actually, just for because one reason, because Molina was the reason why we conceded a goal against Barcelona. Like
almost.
he went with the light foot against Wales. I'm like, come on, that's not. I mean, how can you be like go with like a light foot and like while Felix was lurking and like just because of him we conceded that goal from Felix. I mean, no doubt, like it was an amazing finish actually. But come on, man, Molina has to go with like a hard foot over there. Like that ball was like literally on his feet. Like how could he? Yeah, only just because of that reason, I'm gonna go for Carvajal because I'm gonna go more defensive. Yeah.
All right. I mean, at left back, it's if it was up to me, I would choose an Atletico player as well. Mendy, this season he has been pretty decent. He hasn't, but he hasn't been really spectacular, And then, how are you guys actually faring without Reinildo?
Actually, the funny thing is, like, both of our clubs don't really have a left back, actually, like a natural left back. That's the funny thing. Ronaldo, I mean, like, again, like, the players which are available, like, he went for, like, Africa Cup of Nations. But yeah, Ronaldo is a big miss. But again, like, both of our clubs don't really have, like, a proper left back. Like, we have Javi Galan, again, he doesn't really play much. You guys have Mendy and Fran Garcia. I think like Fran Garcia can take the spot. To be honest,
No,
like I
man,
don't think
no.
If Mendy is available, Mendy takes the spot, man. I think if Mendy is available, Mendy
He
takes.
is
I mean,
available. So
considering the
yeah,
lack
Carlo
of
did say that he's back.
yeah, I think considering the lack of personnel, I would unfortunately, say like let Mendy take the spot. What no, Fran, bro, like I mean, after what I saw against the fourth division Argentina, whatever the name is, man, come on, like Fran, that's horrible, man. I mean, people who are like part-time footballers man, should not be
okay.
getting past you with
I
this
have one
this
more name actually. I have one more name in that position. I mean, like he can play in that position, but he won't be so good going forward. And that is Hermoso.
Wow.
Actually, I was gonna
That's a
say
good
like
shout.
let's put Kamavinga there. Let's put Kamavinga there.
Hmm.
That
I think Kamavinga provides much more than both Mendy and Garcia combined. Even maybe I don't know.
And I think Hermoso is a decent shout, just defensively. Like he really shut down. I mean, I just am basing this off of the Girona game, but Hermoso really tied that wing down. There was nothing going in, nothing going out.
Yeah, but then we have to also consider what's the offensive output of Hermoso as well. So like that's why I say like Kamavinga actually gives the offensive output, and also Kamavinga's ability to step into the midfield and as an inverted fullback. I think for that reason, like I think he should get the nod in this place, honestly.
Definitely. Do you agree, Alex? Can we go ahead?
with Kamavinga, yeah, I think yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah, that's the good thing about players being versatile. Actually, you can put them in different spots.
Exactly.
True.
All right.
So we have our goalkeeper as Oblak, then we have Rudiger and Jimenez, and then we have Carvalho and Kamavinga. Oh, this is turning out to be a Real Madrid XI.
Yeah.
That's 3 and 2. That's 3 and 2. That's 3 and 2. Like, come on, chill.
Yeah, 3 and 2, 3 and.
All right. All right. I mean, there's not a lot of spots left, but yeah, let's head right into the midfield. We're choosing for
Please,
going for a
Rudiger and
three-man midfield.
Jimenez.
Yeah, I think I'll go with CDM and 2 midfield.
All right. Take it away, Farooq. Start with the CDM.
Let the battles begin.
Mm-hmm.
CDM. God, I don't know, man. Like if Chouameni was fit, I would say Chouameni. Chouameni is available, no?
Yeah,
right?
he's
Or
available.
not? God.
And who are the other options for Atletico? Who plays CDM?
Okay, so we have Witzel and we have Koke.
Koke, yeah.
I'm actually thinking, Koke, but then because of what's he called? Chouameni has been out for so long.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, also I'm thinking, like maybe Tony Cruz as well, because Cruz has been really, really good this season. But the point also is that like Cruz as a lone DM is not the most spectacular thing. Because the reason why it worked is because like he was playing like in a box with Fede already, so like it was like a double pivot kind of stuff. So this is why honestly I'm a bit torn. On normally Chouameni will take my vote, but because of he has been out, you understand. So I'm kind of feeling like maybe Koke should go there, but then I'm feeling like Tony Cruz has been really good this season.
I mean, Koke has been
Ah,
out too, like for a long time, right? The season.
No,
okay,
he's playing consistently actually. Like he's playing
Oh,
like every game. To be honest.
all
He's,
right.
he's
yeah,
playing.
yeah. I'm just gonna call Tony Cruz, guys. I'm gonna call
20
Tony Cruz.
crores, man. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna call Tony
He's been
Cruz.
playing CDM. Like he's Tony Cruz has been
yeah, in a three-man midfield, like it also pains me to do this, but yeah, I'm not gonna go for Tony Cruz. Probably Koke for me because just of the fact that he's just so important to Atletico. Like you can take out Tchouaméni and then still have a decent three-man midfielder for Real Madrid. So yeah, I feel like Koke deserves that spot.
okay. To be honest, like personally for me, like if we had like a proper left back, I would have gone with Kamavinga in that position.
Mm.
But like since we put him in left back, we didn't really have an option. Okay. So right now, even like for me, Koke gets into that CDM position because if again like Jomeni was fit, like he was walking in like without any doubt. Jomeni is like the best CDM right now. I mean like once he's fit, obviously. But yeah, so right now like Koke walks in for me because like he gets that balance, between that midfield and defense. He can get that thing. So yeah, okay, right now.
Right. I'll go for the right center midfielder spot. Obviously, Fede Valverde, man can run for 3-4 matches without stopping. Doesn't need to get subbed. He's gonna make in those tackles, really protect Koke. Nothing's gonna get past him.
Definitely,
Yeah.
man. Couldn't agree more. Definitely couldn't agree more. Like there is no other name other than Fede Valverde that fits the spot.
Okay. Okay. I'm a bit confused on this one actually because personally for me, if I have to like pick two midfielders up front, I would go with De Paul, and the next midfielder I'll go with Tony Cruz because I think need some creativity in that midfield.
Mm.
So if I understand you very well, Alex, then you're rating Bellingham as an attacker. Then
I'm sorry.
you categorize Bellingham as an attacker, then not a midfielder, right?
Oh fuck! How could I forget Bellingham
Yeah, dude,
actually?
like,
Shit.
yeah. He has
Okay.
gotta,
Okay.
like, he's gotta be there in the three-man midfield. I don't know where, but he's gotta be there.
Okay. Okay. I take it back. I take it back. I take it back. Okay. Bellingham and Tony Cruz for me. Yeah.
Tony
Damn.
Cruz.
Bellingham and Cruz.
I did move the ball. Shit. Okay. Three Real midfielders. Oh, sorry. Two actually. Two.
I mean, I think personally, just having Koke in there, like, and having both Cruz in there as well, like, it really defeats the purpose. And I feel like having Valverde there will really solidify that midfield.
Okay, can we make a revision though? Because the thing is that both teams play a 4-4-2. Why are we trying to make a 4-3-3
Oh, that's
formation
true.
though?
That's very true.
I think it's.
Actually,
We
we play
you guys
actually
play
3-5-2.
3-5-2. Yeah, sorry, my bad. So, anyways, we play. Both team plays with two forwards. So I think it's only fair that we also like make a 4-4-2 or a 3-5-2 formation. But given that we've already selected our defense, I would say let's just go with a 4-4-2 formation, like similar to what Real Madrid
Sure.
plays. So that way we can easily fit in all the players.
Definitely. That makes
Okay.
total sense. Yeah.
That's
Okay, so like right now we selected Koke as one, right?
Okay,
we
so
need
if
to
I have to pick 4-4-2, another midfielder with Koke, I'm going with Bellingham. I'm not going with Toni Kroos. Because for winger, I have much better options on the wing.
Okay.
I'm just gonna go with Koke and Bellingham.
Bellingham and Koke at the middle of the park. Who plays on the wing then for you guys?
Left wing, obviously, Vinicius walks in easily. Right wing, for me, I mean, I have three options actually: Llorente, Valverde, and Rodrigo. That's a difficult
Come on,
position.
man. How is it so difficult? It's Valverde. He can do everything.
Yeah, but then you have Rodrigo as well. I mean, like Rodrigo is in really good form.
Rodrigo, I mean,
yeah.
you're talking about
I don't
not
know, man.
DePaul, right? You're just talking. Rodrigo is a striker, man. Let's.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I kind of feel like Rodrigo it can be for me actually when I talk about a four midfield actually I don't think of it like a flat four like more of a diamond what we do right now or something in that form like a box or whatever it is in the sense that for example I will have two tens in Bellingham and Antoine Griezmann and I will have Koke and Fede Valverde as my as the two other midfielders so it's gonna be like a midfield of Koke, Fede, Bellingham and to Antoine Griezmann.
That's a good option as well, Ash.
Yeah,
That's a good option as well, Ash.
yeah, I really like that too.
I agree with that actually. Like Griezmann as an attacking midfielder, Bellingham and Valverde like on the either side, and
Yep.
then Koke. I like that option actually.
Yeah, that's a solid team.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But
I
then where would you put then who would be your like two strikers up front?
Alvaro Morata won. Unfortunately, it pains
oh
me to say
no.
this, but I cannot. It
I
has
mean,
to be
come on, come on.
Alvaro.
That's not a good. That's not a
There's
good.
no other. I agree with you, man. Unfortunately, but I agree with you. There is no debate when it comes to the El Rata up front, and who is the second striker.
Okay, okay. I mean, the way he celebrated those two goals, I mean, like I personally enjoyed it actually.
Yeah, I just couldn't. I was the same way. Like I just couldn't shake my head. I was like, "Fuck! How did we let this guy score?"
I mean, that the interesting thing is if he comes in February and scores against us at the Bernabeu, man, that would be fucking.
Yeah, I mean, like he scored like two really good goals actually, and
Yeah.
the way he celebrated with that passion, like that was like
Exactly.
that was
Exactly.
the
Exactly.
Yeah,
But yeah, the question is, who do you like go with Morata? Like, who would you put with Morata?
not really sure. Like just considering Rodrigo's recent form, I would vote for him. But do you have anyone in mind for Atletico?
No, I don't have any. Other than Morata, I don't have any. Like, are you seriously expecting me to put Depay or Angel Correa over there? Like, obviously no. Like, no, like, obviously no.
Man, your
Definitely
Llorente at
not.
striker, like, is that still a thing?
I'm sorry, what?
Diego Llorente at striker, is that still a thing?
Marcus Llorente is a
Yeah,
striker. No,
yeah.
not something more. No, he's just a wing back and a midfielder for us right now.
All right.
Come on, Jacob is trying to overstretch it. What Llorente as what striker, bro? We're talking about Rodrigo and Vinicius Junior. You're talking about Llorente, bro. Calm down, bro.
No, I mean,
I
like,
mean,
it's good. Like, Llorente is like, last season, he didn't really have anything. Like, he just had one goal. That was two in like a Copa del Rey against a second division team. This season, he has assists, he has goals. This season has been good. And, but again, I'm not going to put, obviously, I'm not going to put him up front. Because I have Vinicius as an option as well. I have Rodrigo as an option as well.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, man.
actually, I think I just kind of agree with Jacob because the point is, like the recent form. But I mean, my mind is leaning towards, selecting Vinicius Junior. But I think it's unfair, to neglect Rodrigo's recent form, And as we know, like Vinicius has been injured and he's just played 60 minutes since he's been back. So I think like that form of Rodrigo just puts in my head right now. So I think it's gonna be a strike partnership of El Rata and Rodrigo.
Oh, wow. I'm really picturing it in my head, and I just can't see this team really functioning together. I always see them like fighting in between, and.
That's exactly what I said. I mean, like it's a derby game. There's like there's no friendlies with us. Even like if you guys remember when we beat you guys 7-3 in that friendly, there was a big fight between Costa and Carvajal.
Oh yeah.
Even though I enjoyed those 7 goals, obviously.
Man,
Yeah, in the
it's
preseason
preseason.
friendly.
Who cares, man? Like I've
Yeah.
already forgotten it, erased it from my brain. So
Yeah, I mean, like that was the game where I was thinking, like, damn, Joao Felix, like he's gonna take us to like like whole different level. But like I was so wrong.
all right. I guess we have our 11, and Prince Arthur, he's here to share his 11, I guess. So he says, I will play Camavinga at left back to face Atletico Madrid. Oh no, he's just talking about the game. And his formation is gonna be Lunin, Carvajal, Rudiger, Tchouameni, Camavinga, Fede, Bellingham, Modric, Cruz, Vinny, and Rodrigo. So yeah, apparently no Nacho, and instead he wants Tchouameni at centre back. Wow, I don't know if that's the right way to go, man. Like, I feel like even Morata will like find ways to punish Chomini. And Ashik has a different stance, so he predicts that it's going to be Atletico Madrid 1, Real Madrid 5, Morata and Nacho for Atletico. So he predicts maybe an own goal by Nacho, Joselo 3 goals for us, Carvajal 1, and Vinicius 1. Wow.
Is he playing FIFA or something on Big Number?
On beginner mode, yeah. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, like, it's gonna be a good game because Samulino, like when he's on form, like he can take on players, and like we saw, like in that match against Real Madrid, like he took on like Valverde, he put in like a really good ball, and Samulino was creating problems on that left back. So yeah, I mean, okay, for you Madrid fans, what would you say? Like, who's the guy like you are like really, I would say afraid of right now?
Griezmann.
Yeah, Griezmann for me too. Like even in the reverse fixture, like he was absolutely untouchable. Like nobody could get near him. So yeah, Griezmann.
Even the Paul, man, the Paul also has been really good. Honestly, I think the Paul also, like, he's showing, the tendencies we saw, while he was playing in Italy. Because I feel like, since he's moved to Spain, he hasn't been able to, this, because, like, I feel like a lot of people just, categorize the Paul as, Messi's bodyguard, that person whose job is just, to get into dirty tackles and shit like that. But actually, like, the Paul is actually quite, a very technical player as well, and I think this season maybe Atletico fans are also starting to see that side of his game as well. So I think like maybe that's also one player that, you might want to keep an eye out for, honestly. But I would just be worried of, Griezmann and the passes into the channels, because I feel like we still aren't able to defend crosses when they come, you understand? Because we've been able to limit crosses, honestly, a lot this year, but I feel like we're still unable to defend them very strongly. Like, I'm not still feeling too strong about, our defend of crosses, and we know what Atletico did, in the first meeting in the league. I do believe like they will not be able to replicate the same thing. They most likely will have a different approach, but those crosses will still be a weapon that they will want to exploit as well.
I guess, Alex, you can take it away. I mean, what do you expect from the starting 11 change from the Girona game? So, do you think all of those players are going to be playing?
Yeah, the only change I am really expecting is like I hope Molina plays on the right wing back position because I can't see Lino and Riquelme playing in the same starting lineup because when you play both of them, Lino has to play in midfield and Riquelme has to play on the left wing back position, and that doesn't really work because Lino is not really a midfielder. And even when you like interchange it, like Lino on left wing back and Riquelme on midfield, it doesn't really work because like Riquelme, I mean like he used to play in that position in Girona, but again, like when you are like getting ready for that left wing back position, like it's hard to like come back into that midfield. And so I just hope like he doesn't play both of them in the same starting lineup because Lino left wing back he is really really amazing actually because we had this place to fill out for Carrasco and Lino is like really doing a great work in that position. And but I just hope that Lorente, De Paul, and Koke, that trio of the midfield, wing back, I'll go with Molina, and yeah, that's the only change I want. I want Molina on the wing back position, and I just hope he doesn't do anything stupid like the one in Barcelona game. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So, Riquelme starts at the bench, yeah?
Okay.
yeah, for me, Lino and Molina wing backs. Defense, I would go with Witzel. I mean, like he is really, really underrated right now. Like the guy is like really good on form right now. And I will go Witzel, Jimenez, Hermoso, back three. Lino and Molina wing backs. Midfield, I will go with Lorente on the right side with Molina, Koke as a CDM, and De Paul on the left side. And then we have Griezmann and Morata up front.
Wow. So, do you think that can actually work against like a really pacey front two like Vinicius and Rodrigo? Because I feel like Witzel can struggle with them.
To be honest, I know like Witzel will struggle, but he's our best center back option right now. That's the thing, actually. We don't really have center back. Like we have Savage, he goes in reckless, and then we have Soyuncu. Again, he's another reckless defender right now. Like he's just not getting his feet together. And if other than these two, we don't really have a center back, to be honest. Espilicueta, again, is a slow option. So yeah, we don't really have much options at the back even though like Real Madrid defense, it's like half of them like injured, like Alaba is out, Militao is out. They still look like a good solid defense when compared to Atletico Madrid.
Really? Okay. I mean, I guess both of our teams have just low standards for defense right now. But yeah, let's go.
Yeah, I mean, like, I still choose Rudiger and Chumeni. Okay, the only guy I will keep is Jimenez because, like, when he's totally fit, like, he's literally like a good center back as like a proper athletic center back.
Yeah.
Other than Jimenez, I don't see anyone. That's the position we really need to invest in. To be honest, we need center backs
Mhm.
and we need midfielder as well. We need a creative midfielder because that's where we lack as well. Like, against Barcelona, Pedri, Frankie de Jong, they literally fucked us in the midfield. Like we just couldn't get the ball back.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the position. I mean, like we do have a good midfielder option in Pablo Barrios, but he's injured actually. He's young. He has good potential. We do have a good option, but he's injured. So yeah, those two positions definitely. I mean, like if I go on with the investment, like the whole team needs a rebuild. We have aging Griezmann. We have an aging Griezmann. We don't have a particular like a good midfield and then defense. Like all of them are above 30. And then when you see Oblak as well, he has only have a couple of seasons left as well. So it's like I don't know. We're just like holding on to the stick. You can say.
Actually, Alex, I actually recently just saw that Real Madrid drew Atletico Madrid in the Copa as well.
Wow. Okay.
The last time we met,
No, we're gonna play on the 17th next week Wednesday. We have a Copa del Rey match.
Heck
Last
yeah.
oh, fuck,
16.
yeah. Okay, today was the draw. Yeah, today was the draw.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so this was the derby. Wow. Okay.
At the Wanda, by the way, it's
Oh,
at home for
fuck
you
me, man.
guys.
Like, oh,
Okay. Okay. That's the only positive thing I can take out of the draw. Like it's that Metropolitano. And it's not Wanda anymore, to be honest. It's Civitas Metropolitano now.
yeah.
Wanda and
Yeah,
Civitas
I
is
don't know,
just
man.
one.
Wanda
You
is just
this
so much
capitalists,
much catchier, you
money
know?
mongers.
Yeah.
Exactly. Wanda is more sketchy.
Yeah,
I mean, who
Wanda.
goes with Civitas? What the hell is Civitas?
Yeah, I mean, like I just call it for me personally, I just call it Metropolitano because like the sponsor changes like every now and then. So I just go with Metropolitano.
So yeah, maybe next season it's an Uber Eats Metropolitano, but yeah, let's see.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah,
Okay.
you never can tell. Maybe Atletico will become OnlyFans Metropolitano. Man, this is.
Okay, what would you guys think the Real Madrid 11 is going to be against Atleti?
I think the lack of personnel actually means that certain things will be dictated, but I'm not really sure the goalkeeping situation. Honestly, like it's something that we always debate week in week out, and Carlo doesn't shed a lot of light about that as well. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Lunin start, given that they've been rotating and Kepa started in the at the weekend in the Copa. So I think maybe Lunin might get the shot at the midweek for the semifinals. But I think the back two chooses itself, man. I think it's just Nacho and Rudiger. There's no other selection there. And I think if Mendy is back, Mendy starts ahead of Fran Garcia because I feel like Fran didn't, cover himself in any graces at the weekend. And for the left back, Lucas Vasquez, right? If
Yeah,
I'm not
the right
mistaken.
back. Actually, my like,
I'm
Carvajal is
sorry, right
back,
back, yeah.
so
Carvajal is back, okay.
and Lucas Vazquez is injured, so we don't have subs for the right back as well.
I have a question for you guys. Who do you guys think is a much better goalkeeper, Lunin or Kepa?
Uh, I don't know, man. Like,
Bro, you're asking me to choose the best poison. I'm gonna die eventually, so does it really matter?
just considering the antics we saw from Kepa for the Atletico game last time, I'm gonna go with Lonin. Feel like he's a bit more better in the air, but not by much. Not by much at all.
Yeah, I think from a neutral point of view, obviously, I think Real shouldn't have gone to the market for a new goalkeeper. Like they should have given chance to Lunin because he can develop into a pretty good second choice goalkeeper.
Yeah, I mean, I totally understand why we went for because in preseason, like we saw Lonin and then he was pretty shaky. Like he wasn't commanding at all. Like he's had to play a few matches to actually get into the rhythm of things. But after he did, like I feel like he does have the upper hand over Kepa.
Okay. And Arda Güler, does he go into the starting lineup for you guys in
I
this
mean, the
game?
whole of Turkey would like that. Farouk would like that, but I don't think so.
Nah, I don't want that as well. I don't want that. But man, the whole of Turkey is going crazy, man. Holy shit, man. I mean, I actually got some messages from my guys, when Arthur started, and I was like, guys that I haven't spoken to, like, okay, we discuss football, but because I've been away for a while, we haven't talked, and all of a sudden, they just remember that I'm a Real Madrid fan, and I got a text, from them after the game. It's quite interesting, like how much, and they're right actually, because the point is like, there's not been any Turkish footballing export at this level of football before. None. Okay, you might want to argue that Arda Turan was there with Atletico Madrid, but like Real Madrid is a different gravy. Like that's the thing, honestly. So for them, like you can kind of understand the whole, and that's the thing with Turks, like they don't do half in or half out. Like it's either they're not in or like they're 1000% in. So this is the thing, like it's gonna be like this, till whatever happens to Arda, becomes more obvious. But every shot we get of him is gonna be a war, on Twitter. Every pass he makes is gonna become a compilation that is gonna play on loop for 1 hour. So this is just what we expect. Like the Turks are just they're gonna invade Real Madrid fan spaces. Honestly, like that's just the thing, man. But I just always try to say this. Actually, I don't know. Maybe also Alex can share his opinion on that. Is that we should never forget that actually, like Arda is a very, very raw footballer. Arda has played maybe 6 months of proper football. And with all due respect to the Turkish league, like it's nothing compared to what the European leagues look like. It's nothing. It's a very physical league, I give it that. It's a very hardworking league, I give it that. But the technical quality is absolutely horseshit. So, like really, like Arda hasn't seen real football, you understand? And let's not forget what happened with Vinicius and even to a lesser extent Rodrigo as well, Like these guys came in and they needed time before they could get to this level. Okay, people might want to relate him to either Kamavinga and things like that, but let's not forget, like Kamavinga played 3 seasons for Rennes. I think if I'm not mistaken, either 2 or 3 seasons for Rennes before he came here. You understand? And the French top league is one of the top 5 leagues in European, or we can say even world football as a whole. So I think the expectations for Arda really needs to be tamed, really. As much as Turkish people like to hype and shit like that, like
Oh,
we
hold on,
really need
Farooq,
to.
hold on. Like, I see that our sub count is dropping. I guess all of the Turkey fans are leaving the chat.
Well, actually, that's a good way to actually ramp up subs. It's just to keep praising Arda left, right. Oh,
Heck
he's
yeah.
the next coming up. He's better than Kylian Mbappe. This and that. Subs coming in, bro.
But yeah.
Talking about Mbappe, actually, we just had rumored that there's an agreement being reached between Real Madrid and Kylian Mbappe, but then Fabrizio came in, and like cleared all the air. So, what do you guys think about Mbappe's situation? Will he come to
Honestly,
Madrid, or like he's gonna just like twerk in front of you guys and then leave again?
I genuinely believe that I personally believe that actually, like, that ship has sailed, in my opinion. But even Mbappe comes, I am the number one fan. I mean, who doesn't love the best footballer that's alive? That's just the thing, you know. If he comes, I am the number one fan. But I kind of personally, I believe that this ship has sailed, honestly. So I just
I'm,
don't believe in all
yeah,
that
I
rumors.
have this question. I ask this every Madrid fan. So, if like let's say if Mbappe comes into this Real Madrid team, where would he play? I mean, like left wing, you have Vinicius. Where would you put Mbappe? Because like the main position of Mbappe is like left wing. So like, how would you
I
like
think
adjust things?
personally
And
we
they
would go
have
back to a 4-3-3, considering that suddenly we have a striker, and then it's going to be Vinicius, Mbappe, and Rodrigo up top. And you have to remember that Modric and Kroos, they're probably going to leave in a season or two. So considering that, we're going to have Valverde, Tchouaméni, and Camavinga in midfield. So I guess the 11 picks itself.
Bellingham.
Bellingham. Oh,
okay,
oh.
so that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I mean, like Mbappe to Real Madrid right now, like you guys have
I
a
feel like
problem.
in that case, man, like either Camavinga learns to play left back, or uh, or something else has to happen.
I actually kind of feel like I feel for me, I feel the issue doesn't come with the midfielder. I think the issue comes with Rodrigo. I've said this a couple of times on this, on our pod, that I kind of feel like if Mbappe comes to this team, questions will start to be asked about Rodrigo.
I mean, we
Question
have to
mark
see how the
will
rest of the
start to
season will
emerge.
go. Like if Rodrigo can keep up this form, maybe he even like has more goals than Vinicius at the end of the season. So I feel like everything depends on the season if Mbappe comes next season.
Yeah, that's very bad because I mean the point is, Vinicius made his name. Maybe now it's Rodrigo's turn also to make his name and lead us to the holy grail of another Champions League or something like that. But I kind of feel like this might be the issue, and also there's always a parallel alternative as well, that the fact that, okay, like you're stockpiling players, you want to get Vinicius you want to get Mbappe next summer, so the summer after that you can go after a striker like Erling Haaland. When you get that again, as Alex is saying, there's a whole dilemma for the team to face and handle as well. But one thing, okay, yeah, the best teams always have players that are always fighting for positions, but obviously not at this level. Even you go to the 2016, 2017 team like Benzema and Morata were not on the same level. James wasn't on the same level with Luka Modric or Isco. So this is the team. But when you have players like Vinicius and Rodrigo, and these guys fighting for the same spot, like it's I think it might even be unprecedented. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe since the Galacticos of the 2002 team when Beckham and Figo were fighting for the same spot. I
Yep.
think that might be the one we can remember in recent time. But I totally get where Alex is coming from about there's going to be a problem somewhere. But yeah, man, I mean, as long as Mbappe comes, man, as I said, like, honestly, Mbappe is the best. I mean, in the team, I will trade everyone that is not named Vinicius Junior. Okay, I don't know, man. Anyone that's not named Vinicius Junior for Kylian Mbappe, that's just it. Whoever the name is, anyone that's
Even
not named
Bellingham?
Vinicius
Yep.
Junior, bro. I don't have any emotional attachment to Bellingham yet because we haven't done shit with him yet. You understand? But I told you the other day, like for me, like at least for someone like me, like he is the first person that I am seeing. You understand, that's coming from absolute garbage to world class.
Yep.
Because Cristiano came to us as as a full product. When I started watching football, it was Raul. Like I didn't know what Raul was. I came to when Raul was about to leave the club, like 3-4 years before he left the club and stuff like that. You understand? But like Vini is the first world class Ballon d'Or contender that I've seen go from 0 to 100. With the club. So because of that, you kind of feel like there's an emotional investment. In that move. At least for me, that's why he's untouchable. You get, so like every other team, every other player is fair game.
This is only a hypothetical question even now. I don't think the chances are too
Yeah,
high.
exactly.
Prince Arthur agrees with us. He says, Mbappe, for me, the ship has sailed. He wishes to follow money, and his love for money supersedes his desire to play for Real Madrid. There you go.
100%. There is no doubt about that. 100%.
Yeah, again on that note, like if I go again with the neutral point of view, I would say it'll be a really, really big problem for Ancelotti because Mbappe, like if you call it, like he's not a proper number nine. Like I mean, like he is better on the wing. Like he needs that holding striker up front. Like he has
Yep.
Giroud, he has Giroud in France, he has Colomwani in PSG. Like even in PSG, we see him playing as a left wing. So like that position, like between Vinicius and Mbappe, that's gonna be like a headache for the manager. I mean, like obviously it's gonna be good for Madrid fans because of that commercial and that sponsor and all of that. And even in FIFA, actually, people are gonna take Real Madrid always. That front three is gonna be like a
Yeah.
world class team. But yeah, like on the pitch, I think it's gonna be a headache for the manager. It's again
But
like without
if
the proper number nine,
but
you
man,
guys
but
will.
if anyone can make it work, it's Carlo Ancelotti. He's always got the best out of his star players, so you have to give him props for that. I think he'll
Yeah,
make it
but
work.
again, like, yeah, again, you have like many like right now Bellingham is literally playing as a CF, like a center forward, like an
Uh,
inverted center.
he's playing as everything, man, right now. So
Yeah, exactly. Like he's playing right now the exactly role Griezmann is playing at Atletico Madrid, like midfield up front, is just that kind of role. But again, like if you have someone like Mbappe coming, like there's a lot of issues, he comes with and now there's a lot of like tension in the dressing room we can get as well, with that all that stardom. So you don't know how it goes. It's just like once he comes, then only like we'll get to know what's going on with it. But yeah, right
That's
now,
it.
yeah, we don't know how
yeah,
it
I
goes,
And
but
Alex,
think
also don't forget that we have Endrick also coming. Endrick is an out and out
that's
center
true.
forward. I definitely share all the sentiments you have, Alex, honestly. But the point is that I said, like, Mbappe is the best active footballer on the earth. Like, definitely, I want him to come to my team. What's the expense? I mean, later on, we can discuss that. That's just the thing.
Yep.
That's just the thing, But I totally agree with you. That's why I keep, name checking Rodrigo as the fact that even if we go back to a 4-3-3, I feel like that 4-3-3 is going to be with a striker. So as Kylian Mbappe or Vinicius playing left or right, I don't know what's going to be. But I totally, because let's not forget, even what's the beginning of the whole issue we had with Paris last year? It was about the fact that he was promised a center forward, right? A pivot. Where he name checked, like in France, I play with Olivier Giroud, as Alex rightly pointed out. Paris went into summer and bought two center forwards, not even one, two. You know, they bought. Oh, Rajat is gone.
Yeah, let's just left. I'm sure he'll be back, but yeah, go ahead, Farooq.
Okay, yeah. Anyway, just to complete my point, like they bought two center forwards, to satisfy, Kylian Mbappe. So I think this is something that might also recur. But then again, Real Madrid is not Paris. Like we don't run a circus here, so that's also something as well. But then again, I think it's enough talk about someone that will most likely not come or will
Yeah.
come on or whatever. I think,
But I do get what
Alex.
you're saying, man. Like, I feel like Rodrigo will go in case Mbappe comes in the long term. But yeah, let's see. I'll just take a couple of comments here before Alex might come. So, Ashik says Mbappe will be fine. He'll have to play striker in a different way. Absolutely. And he says we can even go back to the Brazil 1958 4-2-4 style because they won a World Cup, with that. I don't know, man.
Oh.
Just two midfielders ain't gonna cut it in like today's games. So let's see.
Nah, bro. If you get Fede 1, Fede 2, just get two versions of Fede.
Fede 1,
Actually,
Fede
Fede
2.
and Camavinga, Fede and Camavinga can make, bro.
Yeah, that's not a
I
bad
mean, if
midfield.
there's exactly if there's a combo of two people that can cover all the ground that's available everywhere, I think it's Fede and Camavinga, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, and Ashik and Prince were also talking about Lunin. So Prince Arthur says, this is actually clear about Lunin. The debate is over. Kepa is shaky when passing out from the back. I agree. Like Kepa does look more shaky. It's just that Lunin's distribution is not as good, but he just looks way more secure when he passes out from the back. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the body language.
Man, honestly, I don't have anything to say to this goalkeeping comment because I've said my beat, man. Like I just feel like the two of them do not give me confidence. Like you just go into the game and hope for the best, bro. Like when you talk about distribution and this and that, like I still don't see the distribution you guys are talking about. Kepa's distribution always goes to the other team's players. Luin is kicking it long or playing it short. You understand? So it's not like we're seeing.
No, it's just okay. So far, like, do you remember, like Kepa, he often loses the ball and then opponents get a really good chance. I don't really
I get you.
see
That's
Lunin do that.
I get what you're saying, but what I'm saying is that like we're not talking about distribution in the in the level of the likes of the Allison,
Oh,
Edison,
fuck
and
that.
so on and
No
so
way.
So you understand? So this is unless you're distributing in such ways, your team is not benefiting from your distribution. So like in our goalkeeping stand, in my opinion, at least from what we have from both Kepa and Lunin, the distribution is a non-factor. The point is,
I mean,
just
it's
don't
a negative
concede.
factor with Kepa, man. Like, I feel like Kepa has gotten us into so much trouble over the season.
Anyways, man, honestly, I just don't feel the
Yeah, I
debate,
get
man. I
that.
just
Like,
feel like
it isn't really worth
we're
debating, like this point especially.
it's just two horse shits of goalkeepers. You just have to hope for the best and pray for inshallah.
Yeah. Ashik says, last time Kepa started against Atletico for us, he didn't Kepa anything out. So keep Kepa on the bench. Yeah, some classic wordplay from Ashik as always. But yeah, man.
I mean, the point is whether we like it or not, like Kepa is gonna play against Atletico Madrid. That's just it. Either this week or next week. That's just it. Plain facts.
Yeah.
Either he plays in the semi-final or he plays in the Copa del Rey. That's just one of two things. You just have to accept it, unfortunately. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Yeah, definitely.
But
Okay,
I do hope the games
I
are
have,
not
I have a
decided by
question to you guys.
goalkeeping errors.
Do you guys really blame Kepa for the two goals he conceded? I
Of
mean, like
course,
those two are headed goals.
100%,
Do you
yeah.
guys blame Kepa?
Thibaut Courtois ain't conceding those goals, man. Even if he concedes one, not two, bro. Not
Yeah.
not the both. I can't recall which one came before which one, but nah, definitely not. Definitely not, bro.
Okay, I mean, like the third goal, I think Courtois would have like come out of his line and took that.
The third goal was from Morata, right? There was a Morata header one, right? I think.
The third goal was like the ball was like quite high up in the air. Like I was quite surprised when he scored that because like nobody actually challenged him. Like he was like literally alone in
Yeah.
that third goal. Like Alaba, I don't know like where the Alaba went, and
Yes,
like
yes, yes, yes.
and Kepa was just like standing still. He didn't move. I think like for that third goal, Courtois definitely would have come out of his line. And the second goal, that Griezmann header, I think I don't know, like it's a 50-50 because Courtois is like is tall, like he's taller than Kepa. Maybe he could have like get his fingertips. Um, But the first goal was definitely like I don't think like so,
I have no issues with the first goal. The first goal you guys scored in the first 5 minutes, God knows I have no issues with that. But the two goals that came after that, I kind of feel like, you know. But then again, that's the thing, as I mentioned about Oblak before, like, when you have these keepers that are like at God level, like everything else is just horseshit.
Yeah.
I'm thinking now, even if we get, Man City's goalkeeper Ederson in goal, I think most likely we'll still be complaining because the level of shot stopping that we have, from Thibaut Courtois, I think is only matched in world football by Alisson. I don't think there is any keeper that can come even close. Honestly, in my opinion, I feel like Ter Stegen was there before, but now he's dropped. In my opinion, when he comes to saving these chances, I just feel like honestly, it's
And
that's just the thing.
consistency
When you
over a
have,
period, over the whole season, he's just not going to drop a beat.
yep, yeah, that's true,
I think
Jacob.
you have
That's true.
Oblak. Like, how can you leave Oblak out of this conversation? Like it's short
I,
stopping.
nah, man. I've said what I've said, man. Like, Oblak was there. Oblak was, in my opinion, the world number one. I think 17, 18, 19, I think. And then in 19, it was the season of Messi and Ter Stegen. And literally nothing was ever going to go past Ter Stegen. And then came, the rise of this ball playing keepers. And then, Courtois joined and he also became what he became. So, yeah.
Yeah, I find it quite overrated actually. This modern day goalkeeping, I find this quite overrated. I'm like, if you need a goalkeeper who's like good with his feet, just play a fucking midfielder in that position. Like, what the fuck?
Or you
This,
can
you
play
know, this is
Onana.
what United, this is what United are doing, man. At number 10 in the
Exactly. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. Like, like you are going from like David De Gea, like he is fucking good at short stopping. Okay. And going with the like let's say a modern day goalkeeper, like what the fuck, just play a midfielder in that position if you don't worry about conceding goal. Like fuck it, like I would say to the United fans, just put two bricks in that goalpost. Just two bricks. You know? That will do a better job than us. Like literally, those two goals he conceded against Galatasaray. I'm telling you,
Insane.
like if there were like two bricks, they would have kept that goal. They would have kept that goal.
Actually, you know what, Alex? Like, it's really, the thing about goalkeeping is that, especially with this ball playing goalkeepers, is that it's like high risk, high reward situation. You understand? For example, like if you watch, okay, like I watch Liverpool a lot, so I'll give an example from Alisson. If you watch Alisson, right, every game he makes a phenomenal save. But
Yeah,
every once in
I agree. I agree.
once in yeah, let me just complete my stuff. But once in every 2 games, he makes a howler. For example, the game against City, the goal they considered was because of a mistake from
Yeah.
Alisson. I think even the game against Arsenal again was I think something quite similar. You understand? So this is the thing, it's a high risk, high reward game. Honestly, like for example, like if you guys could remember, like Onana in the Champions League final, this was the guy who was dribbling Erling Haaland when one Erling Haaland was on him and he was not passing, but rather he was dribbling past Erling Haaland and passing the ball out. So that's the thing. Like
But
if you have a
Farouk, is it
system
really
that
high risk, high reward? I feel like there's no reward. It's just high risk.
nah, man, it is. It is. For example, yesterday in the FA Cup, like there were two good chances that were created from Ramsdale's balls. Two good chances. If you have the proper striker, those were goals. Honestly, like I feel like it's a high risk, high reward because the point is you're just not kicking for kicking sake.
Yeah.
You're kicking by creating chance for your teammates. Not. I think it is especially like when you're under pressure, that ability to take the ball and quickly release your player accurately. I think, in my opinion, I think it's definitely a positive, and I think no one does this better right now in world football than Man City's Ederson. Honestly,
Fair enough.
No, even Edison. The only modern day goalkeeper I found good is actually Allison. To be honest, if I have to say like beside Allison, if I have to choose someone, I don't see anyone. Even Edison, like he makes a lot of mistakes. Actually, the fact is he has like a good defense in front of him. Like we don't see him much into the action. But
Alex,
I
don't misunderstand me, man. When I say ball playing defense, I mean for me, I think Ederson is an average goalkeeper. I think take Ederson out of Man City, he doesn't work. In my
exactly,
opinion. Take him
exactly,
out.
yeah.
He's a very good ball player, but I think he's not a phenomenal shot stopper. I don't think he's a world class shot stopper, honestly. I think he's just an average goalkeeper.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I would say. I mean, like Allison, like I mean, like some of his saves, like he pulls, like he is good. Like I'm not saying like Allison is actually good, like with his ball and with his saves. Like, there's no doubt he made some howlers. I agree with that, but he is good. Allison is good. And other than Allison, I don't really see any other good modern day goalkeeper. Like I seriously like that Inter game against City in the final. That's how they scammed United. Actually, that's the way I see it. And other than that, other than that's really
But
see. I
honest,
mean, like,
honestly, Alex, so I don't know if you've actually like followed Onana or like read up on Onana. Like Onana actually like is a unicorn. Honestly, the point is it's not worked out for him at United right now. But even when he was at Ajax, when I don't, if you guys actually notice, maybe you guys notice or not, I don't know if you watch United or not. When Onana saves a ball, he doesn't save a ball with his palm. He saves the ball with his wrists.
Mm.
Because of this, when he saves the shot, the ball comes back into play, not outside of play.
Yep.
No, logically, this will be very risky. But at Ajax, with the president being Edwin van der Sar, who is basically a legendary goalkeeper, they conducted a study that actually showed that, Onana's way of saving is actually more secure than actually partying it away.
I don't believe that, man. Just
So this is,
how?
I'm just saying, this is what I read, this is the thing. And I read from a very reliable source, so there is no, you understand? But what I'm just saying is that, it hasn't worked for Onana yet, honestly, like, and the way they're playing and they're trying to insist on doing this continuously, although you guys are shit. That's what I don't, it doesn't, that's why my mind actually doesn't grasp it. If it's not working, at least stop for a while. Let everyone get back into confidence, set your team back in full fitness, and then you can try this. You know, but the point is you keep playing shit footballers, you want to play and you want to play out of the back. It's not possible, I think. Like we shouldn't just, shit on Onana for that sake. Yeah, he's been absolute shit as well, but I think like the situation he's in also doesn't help him.
do you guys watch Syria, by the way?
Farooq does.
I'm sorry?
Do you guys
Syria.
watch? Yeah.
Yeah, I do watch Syria from time to time, yeah.
Okay. Have you seen Onana at Inter?
Oh, last year I didn't watch Syria a lot last year. But okay, Alex, see, the point is this. Even at Inter, when Onana came, he could not bench Handanovic. It was at the turn of the year that he actually benched Handanovic. He was a cup keeper for Inter only at the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That Onana wasn't really a good keeper. Like I think like United was really I don't know where like they were thinking from. Like they let player leave on
And
free,
they
and now
wanted
he
to be Man
came out.
City, man. They wanted to play this, get a
Come on,
discounted
I
You
mean,
know
guys,
fee.
that
come on, like, I mean, don't. I mean, let's not kick a man when he's down. Like, this is a goalkeeper that comes from Barcelona that goes to Ajax and then Inter and United eventually. Like, there is something there. And honestly, like, if you see him for the second half of last year, you could feel that there was something there. Even in the Champions League game against AC Milan as well, he was there. He was making good saves. He was distributing the ball, starting, possession and stuff like that. But it's just not worked this year. But that's the whole thing with United, honestly. Like, it's just not working. For some reason, everyone goes there and it doesn't work. Everyone goes there and it doesn't work. That's the thing. It's just unfortunate, man.
yeah, but I mean like that's something you have to give it to the manager as well. I mean like if you have like 50 million to spend and you have a like really good shot stopper as David De Gea, and like you let him go for free and then you'll buy a new goalkeeper. And even the other signings, like I would say, like Mason Mount, like 60 million. Like, are you kidding me? Like 60 million for Mason Mount. And then I mean, like Rasmus Howland, like okay, like fine, like he has potential. I mean, like, but come on, Mason Mount, Andre Onana, that's like over 100 million. That's like just waste. I mean, I wish Atleti has that, transfer budget. We just we
It's
just spent we just spent 5 to 6 million. Our most expensive signing was 6 million, Javi Galan. And even I don't know why we bought Javi Galan, to be honest. Like this, I can't really find a point why we bought him in the first place. But again, like spending 100 million on it, I don't know, like what was the manager thinking?
He doesn't think, man. I don't know. Or he just signs players that he's familiar with. So I guess that's what happens.
And
Anyways, so
I,
this
I
is
think
not a United fucking preview or anything, guys. Let's just end it.
yeah, I was going back to that actually. I guess Madrid fans hate Ten Hag, to be honest, because of what he did with Ronaldo. So yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas before that there was like a brotherhood between Man United fans and Real Madrid.
I mean, we weren't fans of him when Ajax beat us as well. So Ten Hag was the main driver behind that as well.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right.
Talking about Champions League. Talking about Champions League. Do you guys think you can beat Leipzig?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Bro, I mean, come on, like this is not, the red part of Madrid, man. You're in the White House. Like what we do is beat people in the Champions League, man. I think the more important question is, do you fancy your chances against Inter?
Okay, that'll be a good game. That'll be like like defense versus defense. That'll be a good game. They have a much better midfield than us, though. Yeah, that'll be a good game to watch.
And a better striker too.
Yeah, actually,
Inter have a really good striker.
a
Yeah,
better striker is. I mean, Alvaro Morata has 5 goals in the UCL. He's the highest goal scorer, so I don't think he's a better
He's the highest
striker.
goal scorer. Oh
Yes,
my
I would say.
god.
And then with Hoyland and Haaland, all three of them have 5 goals each.
yeah, and like he's just like one goal behind Bellingham actually for La Liga top scorer.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I mean, man, put some respect to the name, Signori Alvaro Morata.
Fucking hell.
But I do think it's gonna be a really interesting game, honestly. Like I feel like, as you mentioned, I feel like the midfield of Inter is something that is not getting a lot of, I feel like doesn't get too much applauded, because when you look at it, it's like it's the reject of the Premier League, in Henrik Mkhitaryan, and then the entire wonder kid who is no longer a kid anymore, in Barella, and then like Akan Çalhanoğlu, like it doesn't give a lot of confidence on paper, but that's a midfield that actually works really, really well. And I do think also, like, the combination of Lautaro Martinez and Thuram actually has also been really good this year. So it's going to be interesting to see what Inter
Like
do.
plus they're high on confidence actually. They're first in Serie A, and like they're
Exactly.
winning
Exactly.
back to back. They
Exactly.
are high on confidence. That'll be. I think that's the game of the round of 16 actually, like the big game.
Yeah.
And another big game, I would say, like Napoli Barcelona. I would love to see that as well. I would love to see Napoli beat that
Man.
Barcelona team.
Having played Napoli,
That
I know Barcelona is just gonna find it very, very comfortable.
Unfortunately, Napoli is just, a shadow of itself. Honestly, it's sad, but it's the reality. I mean, unless if, this, because we know they have individual quality, in the likes of, Kvaratskhelia and, Victor Osimhen, our one and only. If they can, hit it up and find a way to, charge it, and individually, but as a team, I don't see, honestly, them posing too much threat to Barcelona. But then again, this is Xavi's Barcelona. You never can tell. Like they kind of find a way to shoot themselves in the foot every now and then. So
I mean, come on! They just won 4-3 against the fourth division team yesterday. Like, come on! They literally, like they were struggling against the fourth division team. I mean, it's gonna be a good match. The only I have like a bad point for Napoli is that their keeper, like he makes some howlers, like
Yep.
against Real Madrid. Like
yeah,
that ball what they shot, like I mean, like it was world class. But again, like it's coming straight at you. Like what the hell? What are you
it's
doing there?
Merritt, right? If I'm not mistaken, it's Alex Merritt, right? If I'm
Yep.
not mistaken.
Yeah, Alex Madrid. Yeah, he's Alex Madrid. And even against that 3-2 win in Bernabeu, like that Nico pass shot, I mean, he could have saved it.
Yep.
He could have
Yeah,
saved
even if you could remember, Jacob, like when the Napoli guy came on, also he was mentioning that like Merritt also has some mistakes in him, so
Exactly.
that's one of the things. But yeah, man, I mean, let's see. Honestly, like, I think Inter Atleti is the one I look forward to the most, because I feel like it's the one that the teams are most likely more evenly matched. I feel like they can easily cancel each other out. So we should, and as we know, like, Simeone is a man who is, prepares. Actually, we have two Simeones, Inzaghi and Diego, like they both actually are very, very meticulous coaches, because I feel like in Italy, like there is no better coach than Simeone. And also in Spain, I think, okay, we have Carlo, who is, elder statesman, so I'm not going to include him in the group of coaches. But I think, Diego Simeone is the highest paid coach in the world for a certain reason, and, the man earns every single
not
box.
not anymore actually, not anymore. Not anymore. He renewed his contract on a lower salary.
Wow.
Oh, on a lower salary.
Yeah,
Wow.
he renewed his contract on lower salary. Because
What,
Atleti
what
was
do you
struggling
think?
financially, so he renewed his contract on like less salary. So not anymore. You can't go with that highest paid manager, not anymore.
No, but I mean, it's not a problem. I mean, I feel like he deserves it. If there is any coach in the world that deserves to be paid more than anyone, I mean, come on. When I started watching football, I don't even know what Atletico Madrid was. The only thing I knew of Atletico Madrid was that they had, what's it called, Sergio Kun Aguero. That's the only thing I knew when you guys had the Kia shirt. They had
Falcao was
Sergio Kun
there as
Aguero,
well.
and
Falcao was a really nice player.
but that was after like Sergio
Uh,
Kun. Like
Yeah,
Falcao
I
was
think yeah,
more later.
Atletico Madrid was always blessed with a good goalkeeper and a good striker. Like always. Like if you look in the history, we had Falcao, we had Sergio Aguero, we have
Forlan.
Fernando Santos, we have Diego Forlan as well, and we have David Villa, Diego Costa,
Torres, yeah,
and
Fernando Torres as well.
Torres, yeah, and then Javi Martinez. Well, not Javi Martinez. I forgot his name. It was Martinez. Uh,
Jackson
Jackson Martinez.
Martinez.
Jackson
Yeah.
Martinez. And then Griezmann eventually he came in. Then yeah, so there you go. So and keepers you go with David De Gea, and then we used to have Courtois again. I should not mention his name, but yeah, okay. Courtois, then again we had then Oblak. So yeah.
Oh, black, yeah.
So I mean, like Atleti. So and Simeone has like come up with like with 1 billion like from his sales. Actually, he has made 1 billion from sales. So that's a pretty big thing.
Yeah.
That Metropolitano standing in Madrid is because of Simeone only.
Exactly. That honestly, I feel like there is no club that is bigger. Like there is no coach bigger than the club than Simeone is, because honestly, like he's the guy who put them on the map. Whatever they want to say about Pep and City or Klopp and Liverpool, like these are teams that existed before these guys came. You understand? Liverpool had won the Champions League before Klopp came. They had won the league before. Okay, like 30 years, whatever it is. City and Klopp, City and Pep, like City literally won the league 2 years before Pep came. You understand? But for Diego Simeone, like this is someone who literally, brought Atletico from whatever it is that they were to what they are now. Like
That's
it's
true. And I
it's
think the most underrated thing he did was like to win that La Liga title in 2014 with
in
that.
2014. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah,
especially at Camp Nou, that was a big thing. That was a big thing.
exactly.
He did. I think he won two trophies in the enemy titles. Actually, he won the Copa del Rey in Bernabeu. He
Yeah,
won.
with the Cristiano red card, right? I remember that
Yeah,
game.
he won the Copa del Rey in Bernabeu, and he won the La Liga in Camp Nou. So I mean, like, come on, that's a pretty remarkable feat,
Yeah,
winning.
I mean, Diego Simeone has my eternal respect, man. What the man has done is nothing short of phenomenal. Honestly, he's done outrageous things. Honestly.
And
But I want to see him try something else. I want to see him go to a different team. I don't know if he's gonna do
man,
that.
you wanna kill Atletico Madrid?
I mean, not a bad idea to be honest, but yeah.
Yeah, like, kill Atletico Madrid. I mean, like, I love it. I love it. When there's a draw happening in the Champions League, I love it. The English teams, like, they are like, we don't want Atletico. Like, you see that since
Yep.
like anyone but Atletico Madrid. So that's
Yeah.
what I pretty enjoy, to be honest.
Yep, definitely. I guess let's slowly try to wind this up, guys. So let's head to the predictions. You go first, Alex, since you're the guest.
Okay, I'll go with the same scoreline, actually, 3-1 to Atletico
3-1.
Madrid.
Oh wow. How about you, Farooq?
Interesting. I think I'll go with a 2-2, but I have an extra caveat of it's extra time. So I think it's going to go all 120 minutes.
And
And then pens.
what
Real
happens after
Madrid
the
wins.
pens?
Real Madrid wins.
Okay.
Also adding to that point, last time when we did the match prediction, I was right. I said 3-1 and we won 3-1 actually.
Hey, I think when we have Alex on, we should just avoid this segment, Just close the podcast with that. Oh boy. Yeah, for me, I feel like it's going to be a bit more high scoring than we're used to. I'm going to go for a 3-2 Real Madrid win. 92nd minute Vinicius goal.
Yeah, as of now, actually, I won't deny that as well. Actually, like we consider too many 98th minute goals. That that'll be the end. That'll be the end for me. I won't be coming for Copa del Rey game then. Forget it.
Yeah, Ashik says it's going to be 2-1 Real Madrid. It's going to be Jude and Rodrigo as the scorers. Either Nacho or Morata as the Atletico scorer. But yeah, let's see.
Nacho, the own goal pageant. I don't know, man. Why have we nicknamed Nacho the guy who scores own goal? I don't know how many own goals has he actually scored for us. I actually don't know.
Maybe a couple, but he's scored a lot more like these crucial goals, especially against Atletico. Yeah. All right.
Nacho scoring against Atletico.
Yeah, I feel like he had one important goal that won us the game. I'm not sure which one, which season it was. Anyways, we can preview that in the next time we actually meet up. So I don't know what we have planned, if it's either a watch along or a post match. But yeah, this time, if it's not too humiliating of a result for us, we'll definitely have you on, Alex.
We'll see, bro. We'll see, bro. Because last time there were a lot of salty faces. I'm like, after the game, like the Real Madrid fans, they were like so salty after the game. I was like,
I mean, you can
that was
understand, because the point is like that game was basically horseshit, man. Like, I mean, what the hell was that, bro? Like, that was
We just didn't show up.
what exactly, man. Like, I mean, you basically could have just given them the 3-0 and just not even make the short trip, across to the to the Metropolitano. That was the level of how bad it was. But yeah, man. I mean, even if we don't show up for the post match, as I said, we have the game on Wednesday as well, so we can always repeat the preview again to save everyone's faces.
Definitely.
Yeah,
All right.
I just hope I'm not on the wrong side.
Yeah, of course. All right, let's wrap things up. Looking through the comments, Dennis the Great was also here. So he says, we have Las Pupas twice in a week. If we beat them twice in a week and potentially beat Barca in the final, it will give the squad a massive confidence boost. Definitely, man. And yeah, big up to every one of you in the chat, Ashik, Dennis the Great, Prince Arthur, Los Merengue, by all of you. Thank you for being here. Metro TV as well. And until next time, hope to see you for either the watch along or for the post match. I'm not sure which one it will be, but we will have something going on. And before you go, you can also check out Alex's Twitter as well. So especially if you're an Atletico fan, do check him out. He has some really juicy content on there. He's also known to be on the Twitter Spaces, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. And before we go, also check out our Instagram. I know Sid has been on holiday for a bit, but he's going to be back covering all of the home games very, very soon. And also check out our partners over at Real Madrid Committee for all of their support over here. So I guess, Farooq, you know how we end the podcast. Alex, feel free to say whatever comes to mind. But yeah, Hala Madrid.
A la Madrid.
Yeah, I'll see you guys post game after.
All right, all right.